way to the Homeschool Convention in Florida. So I wanted to come on here just briefly. We'll see how much briefly is. But I did want to come on here because I wanted to talk about the convention. I want to talk about the speakers. I was hoping to get some of you guys on here to give me some suggestions on who you think I should see and who I'm going to see as a speaker. Excuse me. If you come back to this, you're watching the replay, then please leave comments, and also let me know if the car noise in the back is too. I have to hold my phone, so I tried to like set it up on the vent and it was not working. So this year it's in Orlando. It's always in Orlando, and the size of the Florida convention is comparable, from what I understand, to like that big one that goes around. I know Teach Them Diligently, it's comparable to the size, as well as I think it's like Homeschool something. I don't know. It's Homeschool Convention. I don't know the name of it. But that's my little magazine right here. And so expectations that I have, my goals, so to speak, is just to basically talk to people. If I see any of you guys there, you have to say hi. If I run into people I know, I'm going to have to say hi. I'm going to shop. I've got to look for stuff because that's what we do at homeschool conventions. I'm having that expectation, and then listen to some really, really good speakers. So our keynote speaker, so tell me if you think I should do this. Our keynote speaker tonight is, so there's a lot of politics too at this conference. I thought was interesting. It is, by the way, it is both secular and Christian based, so it's like a mix, like it's all, and they actually will put an asterisk next to the ones that are Christian based teachings, and there are a lot of politics involved with this. It seems like this year they have a lot of political talks, so to speak. So they also have Larry the Cucumber. That's random. It is. He's there. Larry the Cucumber's there. Should I fangirl? Yes or no? He's talking about how he became a cucumber, and I don't know what else. I'll check it out. So, okay. So the first thing is tonight's keynote speaker. First of all, it's at this amazing place. Huge. It's got a golf course. I'm not going golfing, but it has a golf course, and I think like the room is like luxurious. I don't know. It's a luxurious king. That's the name of our room. So it sounds like kind of exciting. So the keynote speaker tonight is Dr. Ben Carson. I said there was politics, and I'm going to see if I can find it. There's a bunch of other people that are talking with him. So this is the big, right here. Or, like, I don't know who she is. Do you guys know who she is? Nobody's commenting. If you know who she is, let me know. Carson tomorrow night. Hi. This is for Florida too. So I don't know if you're going to get anything from it, but I was just saying that I don't know who this person is. Dr. Ben Carson, he ran for the Republican Party back in what, I should know this by heart, right? But I don't. 20 something, and he's speaking. I'm debating whether or not I'm going to go see him, because the plan is tomorrow night we are going to Ron DeSantis, our governor, speaking at the convention. So that's kind of exciting. He's in the news. Everybody kind of knows who he is, and he's our governor, and he's going to be at the convention. So you can see how big this actually is. Somebody just asked me about Naomi. They're at our house, as well as at our house. So it's just me and my husband. That's it. That's it. Just me and my husband. It's empty. No kids. I don't think I've ever been alone like this in a really, really long time. So this is kind of our getaway. I've taken the kids to convention before, but it's really hard to go to the meetings. My kids actually also fan kid. I'm a fangirl, but my kids will fan kid after some of the convention speakers. But then I also want to add, since you brought up Naomi, and I know that you specifically, the one that was commenting, is a fan of Naomi, I am going to do a channel update when I get back from this convention, because there's a lot of things that are happening with my life and with, I guess this is a business. It's turning into a business is what's happening. And I want to kind of explore that and talk to you about what's going to be happening, because I am going to be really, this is my husband. Yes, that's my husband. He's very serious about driving. Yeah. So yeah, I'm going to be looking at what, so I started YouTube I'm going to go into this later, but I started YouTube, or I was a YouTuber just for fun. I was playing around just because, and I knew that I had a daughter with Down syndrome and people had questions, and I wanted to bring awareness to that. Also, my heart is for education and homeschooling. And I realized that I've got the two of those together with the special needs and the homeschooling. I want to merge together and really focal in. And when I say homeschooling special needs, that doesn't just include education. Oh, that's so sweet. Sorry, I love these comments. She's so sweet. It looks like your brother. Naomi does. I'm totally off track with the video, but I'll put a timestamp when I start talking about it, but I got on a tangent. So homeschooling special needs, I'm really going to kind of crunch down on that. I will still continue to do the high holiday videos because that's just a part of our life, but homeschooling includes parenting, basically. So it can include anything from therapies, speech therapies, to just, that kind of stuff. Anyway, I'll talk about that later, because I also wrote a book and it's coming out, but that's a side note. Okay, I'm not talking, sorry, I'm getting messages, like text messages. Okay, so anyway, back to the convention stuff. So let me know in the comments if I should see Ben Carson tonight. And if I should see her. She's Jenny Urick. I think she's doing the keynote in the morning. There's also a roundtable discussion, which to me sounds amazing. I might come a little late because I'll do introductions, but this roundtable discussion is restoring intellectual curiosity and critical thinking in higher education. So that it's a 2-hour roundtable discussion, and I'm really, that one sounds extremely interesting to me. It's done by a bunch of, I don't even know who these people are. I shouldn't even try to guess. I don't know who it's done, but I know they're guest speakers for the keynote speech tonight. So I'm going to be looking a lot. My two topics of choice are going to be special needs education and high school, upper level. So the reason I'm going to be doing a lot of high school is because I do evaluations in the state of Florida for homeschoolers, and there's a lot of things that are happening in Florida that are kind of changing, like the McKay Scholarship is changing a little bit, so I'm going to go to their workshop to see what the heck is going on, and accepting homeschool students, what they need to know, transcripts, those kind of things, because I have a lot of parents that their kids are reaching high school level, because the parents that use me as an evaluator usually follow me. Not only as some of them don't even know I have a YouTube channel, I'm just going to be honest, but I've had them as my families for such a long time that it's like we're buddies, we're like BFFs at this point. I love them. And so those are my two that I'm going to be focusing on watching. I am going to fangirl after Andrew Pudawa and Jason Lyle, Dr. Jason Lyle. I say fangirl, I'm not that weird. No, fangirls aren't weird. Fangirls aren't weird. We just get really excited about things. So I'm going to be following Dr. Jason Lyle. I've talked a little bit about him. He's going to be there, and he has a couple of talks. Let me turn to the page. And Andrew Pudawa, I think he has 5 or 6. He has a ton. And they're usually the same ones that I've already seen. So I might not go to all of his, and I just love IAW. He's also very, very fun to watch speak. That's why I love the structure and style, because he does the teachings for the kids and keeps the kids into it. But so this is kind of what my book looks like. So he's teaching pedagogy lessons from the cinema. My husband, I think, is going to like that one a lot. So that one's circled. It also conflicts with Larry the Cucumber. I don't want to say this guy's name because I know I'm going to butcher it, and I am not that much of a, I mean, I love VeggieTales, trust me, but I'm not that much of a fan of VeggieTales that I know how to say this guy's name. But it conflicts, but I think we are going to do Andrew Pudewa first for that hour. Dr. Jason Lyle is doing a talk on worlds of creation. So he is an astrophysicist and he does a lot of creation scientists, but he's different than a lot of Christian scientists because he gets really deep and he challenges, like I listen to him a lot on YouTube or whenever there's any talks, and one of my favorite things he challenges is the speed of light and the idea that it's not very consistent, and also that we can only measure the speed of light in one direction. That's just it. And so a lot of people have come to conclude the theory is you just everyone's asking about Naomi. I'm going to tell you, I'll go back to that in a second. The speed of light going back and forth. Homeschooling is in specifically with parenting and education, like whole 9 yards. Is this over because it's repeating itself? No, it shouldn't be over. It's just a really bad connection. And hopefully it should be fine now because I think we moved out of the bad area. So I'm just going to keep talking and then like upload it later. So if you guys, I'll leave, we're at 12 minutes and 16 seconds. So I'll leave a timestamp. Okay, but I do want to get back to the convention because that was my reason for coming on. But Naomi's doing good. She cried when we left. She did. She cried. Dr. Jason Lyle also has one on dinosaurs in the Bible, and Pudewa has one on fairy tales and moral imagination. There's another one that looks interesting by Kurt Martin. So he seems to be more like of a pep talk, encourage, motivational speaker when it comes to raising kids, and specifically like with discipline. And he's doing one on ADHD, OCD, and SPD, which 10 ways to help ASAP. Which, and like I said, I don't talk about this too much on my channel, but all of those diagnoses are in my family somewhere. I can't tell you where. So I don't know if I'm gonna do that one or not. Another person was suggesting that I should definitely do Hubbard. She's gonna be there. I don't know much about her. I know I read one of her books, like when I first jumped on as homeschool or a mom, just a mom, and I read her books. So the rest of it, I'm just gonna throw out some other. We have, something about foreign language. Chuck Black is there. There's a lot of writing workshops like for the teenagers. There's a graduation for the teenagers. There's some political things. We have Connie Albert, Cheryl. I'll just show you this picture. Hi! Another homeschool mama. These are the people that are going to be there. Do you see anybody that you think I need to go see is my question for you. And if you do, just like type it in. There's more. Like we're gonna go see Governor DeSantis. Still debating on Dr. Ben Carson. Because I do want to have some downtime. I also have I also want to go to the expo. If I'm too busy seeing speakers, I'm not gonna get to the expo. But here's more of the peoples. If anybody sees anybody good. Rick Green, I heard is good. I've heard him talk before. This guy, I've heard him talk. I'll leave it at that. Kurt Martin, I've heard him talk. But any of these people that you see, just let me know in the comments if you don't comment now. There's Larry the Cucumber. I've said Larry the Cucumber 5 times. And then the last page. Just let me know. That one girl in the middle, Stuart, she looks so familiar. And and I might look a little bit more into her because I don't know who she is. So yeah. Okay. So that's all. What time is the governor going to speak? 8 o'clock tomorrow night. We are actually staying in the resort. Yeah, a lot of people know Ginger Hubbard. Actually, Katie, Life of the Mundane, was like, you've got to go see her. And she was at the Teach Them Diligently concert. It's a concert for homeschool moms because, you know, get the same kind of input. No. But no, conference. She was at Teach Them Diligently. And Katie told me, like, this one talk I should go see. Katie, I love you, but she might be conflicting with somebody else, and that somebody else might be a priority. But I am thinking about going. I don't know. We'll see. She said, right, gotcha, concert for homeschool moms. Yeah, Stuart, I don't know who she is. I'd be curious to see if anybody knows who she is. I know Jenny Fulbright is going to be there. She's the one that wrote the Apologia courses. And I really like her. She's good. She's a good speaker, but it's one of those things, like, when you hear someone speak, like, you're like, oh, you get the sense for them, and then, like, if they just, I don't know, you either like them, or they're okay, or you don't like, I don't know. I've heard her speak, and she's good, and I don't need to see her speak again, no offense to her, but she is a good speaker. She's good to see, like, the first couple times. Unless she's doing something new. She might do something new. If she's doing something new, that's a whole other story. So I should not make those assumptions. Here's the thing, Jenny Urich, she's doing garden schooling. So I'm wondering if she's more of like an unschooler. I know a couple years ago when I went, unschooling was such a big part of it. The round table does seem interesting. I think about going to it. Oh, you're going too. Crayons to keyboards. You're going too. Yay! Oh my gosh. Say hi. Come, like, maybe we'll find each other. Oh, I know. I'm so excited. I really am excited, actually. I'm going to stop by, like, for example, I'm going to stop by the IEW booth, and there's some other booths that I circled. Dr. Jason Lyle, I'm going to clean off his table. Yes, Kavita, this is your first year. I'm so excited. You guys, okay, so I hope so too. That would be awesome. I've decided anybody who comes say hi to me, I'm taking a selfie. I'm just going to collect selfies. And I'm sad because I was talking to Abby, Rooted and Rest. You guys may know her. She is so sad that she's not going this year. She goes every year, but she's pregnant and she's gonna have a baby. So I told her, I was like, you have an excuse. She totally does, but she usually is there. A part of me was thinking about volunteering at there's a booth that I could volunteer at to help, like, mentor moms, and I was thinking about doing that, but then I was like, this trip, I just want to be like me and my husband. I've never gone to a dentist. Aww, you gotta go, they're fun. I forgot what I was saying. I wanted to just be with my husband, like, to get away from things and to be with him, and like, even though, like, here I am not talking to him, he's listening to, you know what he's listening to? He's like, what are you listening to? I shouldn't listen. Nope, he is. He's listening to the Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial. That's what he's listening to. He's been so into that trial. I think he should have been a lawyer. He's very good with apologetics and logic and stuff like that. He's the guy that watches, like, police videos and, like, how they take it to court. Anyway, that's totally a side note. But I want to spend time with him. He's very analytical, and I know, like, some of these people, like Dr. Jason Lyle and the roundtable discussion, I think he's going to be really, really into. I know that trial is entertaining. I try to keep politics out of my YouTube channel, but every 5 seconds he, like, pulls me aside and he's like, you've got to watch this, and I'm like, yeah, it's funny. It's sad though, like, it is, and you have to pray because it is sad. Okay, anyway, yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. And we're gonna go see a lot of these people together. Also, my sister-in-law and his brother are gonna be there with their kids. So we might say hi to them and then run away. No, I love them. We're gonna hang out with them. We're probably, I'm sure we're gonna like hang out. She's doing, she actually did, I didn't know they did this. This is so cool. They have a sacred music festival. So I don't know if any of you guys were familiar with how they worked in Florida with the music departments. So I taught middle school, and they had something like solo and ensemble. So the kids would have an instrument, and they would go and play at this festival and get rated with superiors and excellence and goods and all that stuff. And critiqued by judges. Well, obviously we don't have that for homeschooling, but the FPEA actually provides it for them. And so that actually happened today. So my niece actually did, and I got all the videos. She sent me, she did piano. She did a piano piece, and she did a violin piece today, and got critiqued by the judges. And so we're super, super proud of her. So that was exciting. I'm so glad that they make that opportunity for homeschoolers, because I did teach music. I taught, that was one of the many things I taught. I taught choir in middle school. And that is one thing that I really wished, or that I would really want homeschoolers to experience, is that ensemble. And I'm really glad that they have that on music and ensemble. And her teacher is the one that registered her through, actually their homeschool co-op did it. So yeah, super proud of her. I can't post videos of that, but if you see me, I can show them if you want to see them. I don't know. I'm all proud of my niece. I am. She's such a sweetheart. And my nephew too. There's a boy there too. And we all pay taxes after all. It's nice to be included. Yeah. Well, and you know what though? It's not a public school event. It is actually specifically homeschooling. But they have the same setup as public school. So that's what's really nice, that they provided that for us. We do have something in Florida where the kids, if they want to be involved with public school, they actually can. So like, let's say I wanted my son to be in football, or if I wanted him to be in, I don't know, band, I could go to my school and say, we're homeschooled, I want him to take this class. And they have to pay me. So yeah, we can also do that with any kind of, what do you call it? Like occupational therapy, physical therapy. We can get therapies, but in the public school setting, you have to get evaluated. You have to get things set up, and by the time you get everybody evaluated and things set up, it's already October. And then everybody takes a break in November, and then you have to do like another evaluation, and then there's testing, and then everything's put on hold, and then you have summers off. So it's almost like, why do you even bother? Oh, Melinda Young, are they the ones that, I did finish that thought, right? Sorry, they pop up, and, yes. So, when I thought about putting, or using the school systems, method, no, I'm not gonna go to the school system to get services, because our insurance covers Naomi's services, and even for one of my other children, we were gonna get the services, and we pursued it. They actually, and that's a whole nother story, but I truly believe to this day that when he went to get tested at the school site, or he or she, I'll leave it general, when they went to get tested at the school site, he did not pass the test, so he was not diagnosed, or she was not diagnosed. I think they did that on purpose, so he would not, or she would not qualify for services. Long story short, we did get involved with some of the wording, government wording, and stuff like that, to try and get some of the wording, because it was like, the problem was wording in the law. This is so long ago, I'm trying to remember the exact thing. The wording in the law was not done well, I should say. And so when schools were interpreting the law, they were misinterpreting it. And so many kids that needed services, that for whatever reason they could get services within the community, like through their insurance, were being denied unlawfully. Does that make sense? So even though my daughter or son, sorry, my battery's low, didn't pass, so they weren't allowed to get services because the test didn't show that they needed it. I still got involved with that, and we were able to get it taken care of at the state level. So that happened about, I want to say that was like 8 years ago or something like that, 7 years ago, I don't know. Turns out that we probably didn't really need them in the long run. Things kind of worked out and panned out, and that concern is no longer a concern. So I'll leave it at that. I don't want to go too much detail, but I like to get involved with things at the state level when it comes to affecting homeschoolers. In Florida, this is a little bit of information. We only, as of what I know, we only have one homeschool lobbyist. I'm looking at the time to make sure it's moving. We only have one homeschool lobbyist, and that's kind of a big deal because we should have more. And there's a lot. So whenever I get a chance to try and help keep freedoms, and supporting homeschool parents within the state of Florida, I try to jump in and do that as much as I can, especially when it comes to special needs. Regardless of what it is, I try to get in there and advocate as much as I can. So as much as I can, because there is only so much I can do. But anyway, that's kind of where we are. I know I went dark and now we're stuck in traffic, and we are actually fairly close, which I'm surprised at how close we are. We're probably hitting Disney traffic. If you live in Florida, you know what I mean by Disney traffic. It's like, yeah, I think we're about a half an hour from Disney, and Disney traffic will go back forever. I grew up here, and I'm very familiar with traffic. For those of you that I want to turn my camera around, but there's really nothing to see. If you're here when okay, I get it back on. Is it back on? Is it back on? I don't see the counter counting. There we go. Now it's counting. So the one thing about you'll learn with Florida is that around Disney, the Wi-Fi is really bad. That's because Disney has their own Wi-Fi system, and I guess there's none around it. I don't know, but I've noticed that, not Wi-Fi, but like just reception in general is really bad. They're sucking up all the, I don't know how it works scientifically, but it's kind of, yeah, it's, you can look around. I mean, it's a lot of traffic, but nothing exciting. I don't see Walt Disney World yet. I was gonna see if I saw that, but we're stuck in Disney traffic, so it's gonna be a while, and it's not good reception down here. So I'm gonna go ahead and sign off and start my vacay. And if nobody else have any, leave them in the comment section down below.